So with obviously, so with relationships, in terms of like, let's say you're in a relationship now. This is gonna be quite funny. So you're in a relationship now, yeah. Let's say you've been dating a girl for 2 years. She now comes to you, man, and says, "All right, guys, I think I want to start an OnlyFans." What are you man doing? What are you man doing? You're in love with her, by the way. So what's happening now?
I can't love no one that much, bro. No. No, it's not. You know what it is, yeah. And actually, I'll because the three of us, we did polls. We asked the nitbags what they felt about it. Yeah, you nitbags at home, big up the nitbags. Shout out to all the nitbags. Yeah, and yeah, we got funny results. But I remember a friend of mine from drama school messaged me, and she actually made a really good point. The fact that it's not about whether or not you would allow it. It's just like whether or not.
Yeah, that's true.
Would you stay about? Because really, it's not up to you.
Wait, who messaged you, Shaq? Because I got a very, very, very similar message.
My old friend from drama school, Ella, my friend Ella.
Okay, cool.
Big up Ella.
I'll read.
You got a message, okay?
Message after.
Yeah.
Bro, I got a very, very similar message. Shaq.
Yeah, I'll read you what she said. She said to me,
right.
She said, first she said, I would say it's their decision as it's their body, and if you don't like it, you don't stick around, which is completely fair. And then she said, I also think sex work is up to the individual partaking. And one of the only negatives that I can see from is that it feeds into our backwards culture that other people's bodies belong to us. But again, that's not the job. It's people's perception of it, like women's legs, how people think that they're for sex and not for transportation. So, you know, it's a weird one. It's a strange...
Hold on. Ella, yeah, this is for Ella. You get that one. You get that one. That was a very good response. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, she smashed it, innit? She smashed it. I was like, yeah, you're 100% right. And like, that is it. The bottom of the line. The bottom line, I think, is kind of like, no way for me. You can do it, but don't think once you put the phone down, I'm going to be waiting for you. Because I couldn't imagine anything worse than knowing that my girl, like, it's hard enough knowing that your girlfriend's paying anyway. It's hard enough knowing that, because what comes with having a paying girlfriend is having people looking at your girlfriend all the time and having the thought. That's hard enough as it is. You want me to tell me that my girl could come up to me and go, yeah, let me just take a few pictures of whatever, my batty or my foot, and send it out for the man them who are going to be paying us money to look at it. And we both know that they're not just looking at it. I
thought there's different, obviously, with OnlyFans, apparently, I don't know too much about it, but apparently there's different things. You can obviously do foot pics, you can just do pictures in your bra, obviously you can do the videos, but apparently there's different content you can have with OnlyFans.
Who's trying to see? I don't want anyone to see my girl's foot, bro.
I'm just playing devil's advocate here, yeah? So I want to know you guys' polls as well. My poll was, I don't know my followers, but 60% said yes, 40% said no.
Wait, 60% said yes?
That is mad. Look at that majority.
The majority said yes. So, and a lot of them were actually women. One girl said to me that she said that how, yes, her man can do OnlyFans. She'll be comfortable because it means he can buy a house. Another person said, yeah, I don't mind as long as he doesn't show his face. So, yeah, there's different madness. But I'm thinking, is it with you or is it with other people you're saying he can do OnlyFans? That's what I should have asked.
Hold on. So, basically, this girl said it's all right as long as you can get me a house. Where was that in the contract? Was that in the contract? Was that signed? Was that in fine print anywhere? But you can do OnlyFans as long as I buy you a house. If I'm doing OnlyFans for peas, I'm doing it for peas. I don't know if I'm going to buy us a house with it. I don't know. Is it a house? Is that a house hustle? How much money?
It's a bit mad.
People make peas though, don't they?
My flipping poll, yeah. So I said on my story, are you letting your partner have an OnlyFans account? 17% said hell yeah. 83% said hell no, which was a bit, a bit controversial. But I received a message from a girl that I used to go to drama school with. So I said, are you letting your partner have an OnlyFans page? And she replied saying, letting, ? The choice is not yours. I find the use of the word letting to be very controlling in the context of a relationship. If someone has an OnlyFans, it's to pay bills and a partner should always support that. Which, I mean, it may not just be to pay bills, but in this context, what she's saying.
Sorry, wait a minute. Do you know how else you can make bills, bro? Do you know how many jobs there are in the world? Do Do you know how much you can pay bills? This is the thing, though, and it's not about. Just to kind of repeat what she said. It's not about letting. If we put something in this poll, like I had the exact same thing when I said, would you allow your partner having an OnlyFans? I didn't mean, oh, it's up to you. It's your choice. It's not your choice. The question was basically, would you like having a partner that uses OnlyFans? Basically, So I got a similar majority. The majority vote was no. I got 71% saying, are you nuts? And like I think it was, what's that percentage? That's 29. So yeah, 29% said, go on then.
Yeah. Let me finish what she said in it.
Yeah. Sorry, finish what you were saying.
That's cool. That's cool. So she goes. If someone has an OnlyFans, it's to pay bills, and the partner should always support that. Obviously, a conversation will need to happen, but if you're uncomfortable that your partner has OnlyFans, you need to work on yourself. They shouldn't have to change. Them's are my thoughts. So I said, hello. I think.
Hello.
I said, I think you may have understood what I meant by I didn't like you said, I didn't literally mean the word letting. I just meant in terms of the word accepting your partner having OnlyFans. I mean,
and also a lot of the girls, the feminists that piped up, they saw it from a standpoint of, are you men letting these girls No,
it's never that. It's never that.
Would you let your partner? Because I know there's a few man them that are out. I know some male couples that have OnlyFans and they're doing up a madness on OnlyFans. So it is what it is.
It's the crazy part. So we did our polls this week. Yeah, all three of us put our polls in our story. And ironically, this is how I know God is mad. Ironically, the same that week we've done our polls, the numbers have come out for Ruby Rose's OnlyFans subscription. So for those of you who don't know, Ruby Rose is a rapper. She's an American rapper. And she came out and she said that she makes $100,000 in OnlyFans in 48 hours. So in 2 days, she makes $100,000. And this is the breakdown, This is the breakdown. So from subscriptions, she makes $16,545. From tips, $905. Messages, $47,065. And then the total gross of that was $27,774. And her net was her net was just bare digits, bro. Net worth was $22,216. And she said, calm 22K on my first day of OnlyFans. If you can be sexy, I want to start making dollars. Text me on for my referral link to get started. So they also get money off promo as well. So the subscriptions, tips, posts, messages, and referrals and streams. Those are the 6 ways you can make a lot of P through OnlyFans. 100K, bro. What are you telling me, bro? And the thing is, the pictures she posted, were the same as her Instagram story pics, the exact bro, just bikini pics. There was no full nudity. The same stuff she posted on Gram, she posted on OnlyFans. And there were gentlemen out there that were willing to pay the money for it, and she potentially.
Each to their own, innit?
Shafted for what?
Each to their own. I just think if there weren't a lot of pervy men out there, controlling men out there, I think this whole OnlyFans won't even be a thing. But because the men, no matter what, men will pay whatever money is for that, so they will continue to grow. I respect it. Do your hustle, innit? Do your hustle, but I'm not comfortable with my girl doing that.
I don't think it's just no, bro. I think women will probably use that as well. I think sex in general just sells. Sex.
Do you think though?
You have to be aware that,
you do. I want to know the percentage of men to subscribers to women, because you know it's going to be majority men, right?
But don't get me wrong. How many
rich perverts, bro? Do you know how many rich perverts exist in the world? Let alone the ones that we're seeing on TV nowadays that are coming out, everything's coming out of the crack. There are people that you ain't heard of that are rich and just love gal and looking at gal, and I'll pay you to show me a picture of your toenail. I'll give you 50 grand and a piano if you take a picture of your elbow. And there are mad, weird guys out there. So I think
the toes I don't mind. I think I can compromise on the toes.
Let's say your girl comes to you now, and goes, look, Shaq or Fred. She goes, Shaq or Fred, I've started OnlyFans and I've made 22K in my first day. Which is what Ruby Rose did. Ruby Rose made 22K in her first day. Yeah. If Emma or your girl comes to me and said, "Yo, I've made 22K my first day," what are you saying, bro? 22K. What are you saying? Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
No, I'm telling the truth now. Let me explain. Let me explain. Shaq's gone.
Are you mad? What do you mean? What do you mean? She messaged me saying I started OnlyFans.
Well, yeah, exactly. When you come, what was the conversation before this? Because
that's too late. That's too late. I'll be like, okay, well done. I hope it goes well. I'm gone. I hope it goes well. I'm off.
I'm gone.
If my girl came up to me and said like, oh, what's her name? Ruby Rose. She just made 100K in 48 hours from OnlyFans. I was thinking I could, like, I don't know, get my heel out and just let the man them look at my heel, see how much money we can make.
Back foot.
That's the only part. If she was showing her foot bottom out, yeah, that's the only time I'm thinking, all right, then I'll take 10% off the top, but other than that, we're good. But like,
let me explain this, yeah. First of all, I want to have the conversation. What? Excuse me. Where was the conversation with me about this? You didn't know if I was comfortable with it or not. Second of all, I'm like, okay, what did you put up? If it's just a little toll, bruv, listen. As long as you're using a different name, make that coin, sis. Listen, make that coin, sis.
I can't
just tolls, bro. I don't mind that. I don't mind that.
Me, yeah. I don't think. Do you know what it is? Yeah, for me, yeah. Like, I don't think I could do it. If it's something you're adamant on doing, then I don't think I could stick around. But I don't want to say that. I don't judge it. I really don't judge it because, like, if you're a woman and your body is banging, forget your body. Let's say you're a woman and your toes are banging. You've got the right colors in that, all looking crisp and that. Let's say that's you, yeah, and you can really, really, really make a lot of dough. Then by all means, babe, go do your thing in it. Just
it's tolls, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's not just that, though. It's
the principle. It's the principle behind it.
It's the principle in it.
Yeah, but then you got to think what comes after. It's the consequences after.
No, that's true. Yeah, it could lead on to there. It could go on to a little bit of thigh.
There are old, and no, not even just that. There are old man beating off to your gal's foot, bruv. It's as simple as that. They're paying your gal to beat off to their foot. That's what it is. We need to stop pretending that it's just, women liberated, and like, yes, it shouldn't be an issue, really. Like, I get maybe I'm insecure, but I cannot know in my heart of hearts that there's some old man looking at my gals thinking, oh yeah, I can't do it. I go enough walking in the street knowing that there are people that will look at my girl thinking that already. For them to be able to access that for some money. Which, if they're that level of perv, money is not an issue for them. They ain't got nothing else to spend on anyway except gal and nakedness that they can't touch. So it's
Let me ask you this question. All right, cool. Say if there was a fetish for biceps, there probably is a fetish for biceps, yeah. And you can just take pictures of your biceps, yeah. And there's women out there, rich women out there. You don't have to show anything else. You can use an alias name, and all you have to do is just take a picture of the bicep, bruv. Are you telling me you ain't making your coin, bruv?
No, because I know that my girl wouldn't be comfortable with it. My girl wouldn't be comfortable with that.
All right, cool.
That's why. But I wouldn't do it. I would only do that if I was single and I needed money.
Yeah.
I would never do that with someone. That's what I'm saying. It's a level of, for me, like all the guys that I've seen that have voted yes, like there's about, I think there's actually just 2.
How many voted yes?
There wasn't a lot of guys that said yes in my.
Yeah, for other people that voted yes, there was 14 people that voted yes. One of them was a boy on my thing.
So, okay, cool. So on my thing, it was on yes. On yes, it was 1, 2, 3 boys voted yes on my thing out of 6. So half of my people voted.
Yeah, but I just think if you're a partner in that situation or someone on the OnlyFans, I just feel like a part of me. I just feel like, am I a mug? I don't know. Maybe it might just be me I might be a very insecure person, but like
I don't feel insecure, bro. I feel like it's valid what you're saying.
I feel like that's a violation. Because, like, when I'm thinking about it, like, I'm the only one who's meant to see that ever on a regular. And, like, maybe that's your girlfriends, your female mates.
Especially if you put a ring on it, that's even worse, bruv.
That's different story.
These people all hugging up their man like, oh, my God, my man lets me have OnlyFans. He's a real man. And look at me, he looks upset, man.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not for the people girl slamming men and saying that you're insecure because you're not comfortable with the girl having that's bull. That's bull. I'm sorry.
That's not true.
That's bull. For me, for me, it's more the it's the stigma. For example, no one will ever know you. For example, let's say touch wood in a hypothetical universe, one of our girls does it, yeah. From that moment onwards, yeah, that person will just be known as so-and-so with the OnlyFans. Do you know what I mean? They'll know everything else that you worked up for, or everything that you accredit yourself with, yeah. For example, let's say Shaq, you're no longer just Shaq. Oh, you know Shaq has the OnlyFans, you know. Anywhere you go, that will follow you. Anywhere you go. And that's dead. For me, that's dead. No, I don't think that's a positive thing, in my opinion. But
I just think when if you're hearing like, oh yeah, that's my brethren Michael, or you know his girl's got OnlyFans, you know what that means. No, so it's not like we're saying it's a. I'm not saying it's a bad thing at all, but you know what that implication is.
Exactly.
And there's a lot of people that will judge a certain thing because they say how can Michael let his girl have OnlyFans when you know there's old man Cletus around the corner who loves up old younger gal. Yes. So it's all peak for me. I don't know. I just feel like if I was okay with that in a relationship, I just feel like I'm being walked over a bit. I just feel like it's just like why is my like even if I said no, I don't want to do it, and she like if for some reason I went no, I'm not really on that, and she did it anyway, there's no way that relationship can continue.
Yeah, you can't.
No way. Because I just think there's so many other ways to make money. Just people are too lazy to put like a shift in. So they have to go, oh, do you know what? Let me just get my batty out for them, man.
But bro, that's been happening though. That's been look at. Okay, I don't want to name any names, but
OnlyFans is just the newest one. There's Patreon. There's all these other like accounts that you just have to pay to get exclusive content for, and half the time, I'm pretty sure this exclusive content gets leaked anyway.
That's just going off. That's just going off what we said. Yeah,
sex has been selling, bro. Sex has been selling for years, for decades, for centuries, isn't it? And the minute like Playboy and Hugh Hefner and Marilyn Monroe and Pamela Anderson and what's the Babe watching them things there, bro. The minute them things there, they're all getting commercialized and they're all getting put on a particular pedestal. It's like, okay, cool. You know what? This isn't just for women only. It's like for men as well. I can make a lot of pee based on how attractive I am. Yeah. Not based on how hard I work in it. And I'm not talking about modeling. Because modeling is something else. You can have a unique look or whatever else. But I'm talking about sex in particular, innit? Like OnlyFans and all them things there. Like for me, it has kind of, it's like damaged society's mentality of like hard working. Like, I mean, like, I don't know, like if there's nothing wrong with being attractive and making money from it, but just know that if that should be the last resort. Yeah, I mean, in my opinion.
I just think there's certain levels of it. I don't know. For me, like each to their own. If you're one of them people who are very comfortable to just to do that, then fair play. Like I'm not judging you about that. What I'm saying is, if you're dealing with me, or if I'm dealing with you, there should be a level of respect, in my opinion, that would be, I'm not going to let anyone who ain't you see certain parts of my body.
That's what I think it boils down to, innit? Yeah.
Just out of pure respect. And like, for me, it's the thing, it's so like, it's a different story if I went into a relationship and she was already doing OnlyFans. You can't tell someone who's already doing a hustle to... Exactly. You signed the contract. It's a pre-contract agreement. You can't change that. But if it's something that's now being sprung up, and it's like, I don't know, anyone who's with me should know that's just not worth even bringing up.
Quickly, two things, people. One, comment your opinions in the comment section, please, because we need more comments to have more conversations. And secondly, if anyone is watching this and they have an OnlyFans or know anyone that has an OnlyFans that is comfortable and open to have a conversation, then please.
We'd love that. And don't think you're gonna come on here and we're just gonna cuss it, because we don't like. This is a very vague understanding of what OnlyFans actually is, for one.
Exactly.
For two, this is literally like the very like basic what Twitter says opinion of it, really, because we just we don't know. So like an open conversation, that would be very, very interesting, and just be very interesting to understand just kind of motivations behind it. What like if that person's in a relationship as well, sick as well.
It's easier money though, isn't it? I guess it's easier money. Like if you don't have to, like, for some of these people, how they're thinking, if you don't have to sit in the office and do a 9 to 5, and you can make money on your appearance, and of course a lot of people, where there's that generation now where people would rather do that. People would rather make easy money.
Okay, cool.
And obviously, like you said, like you said that Ruby Rose, she took the same picture from Instagram, put it on her OnlyFans. If you can make money from that, where someone's just going to screenshot that anyway and beat his meat off to that, then why not?
That's what I was going to say. If someone come up to you and said, okay, cool, let's say in a random world, OnlyFans doesn't exist yet. Let's say someone called your Fred, listen, there's this new website, yeah, bro. You can just upload yourself topless, yeah, just quick flex, yeah, and you're gonna make bare peas, bro. And bearing in mind that you're not thinking about like what OnlyFans is. Like if someone goes, you can upload the same pics you upload on your gram willingly, or on another platform, maybe Snapchat, on another platform, and you're gonna get paid peas. Then of course you'll do it, wouldn't you? Yeah, you're gonna do it.
It's just it's a matter of then, if you talk in that sense, it's just a matter of what people are seeing on your Insta and what they're seeing on their OnlyFans. If I talk to, like, I don't know, for example, my girl doesn't really have a lot of, she has like holiday pictures out, but she's not like one of them girls you'll see on Instagram that don't wear much clothes, and they're all kind of always turned over, bent up, sit down against the mirrors and all that shit. Like she's kind of like, she's always got clothes on, like she's always like, it's just very just a very normal Instagram, a very healthy normal Instagram, whatever. I'm not saying that's unhealthy, Jesus Christ, don't cancel me. But what I'm saying is, exactly, what I'm saying is, if my girl then turned to me and went, oh, I want to go on OnlyFans and take this kind of picture, and like, it makes sense for a Ruby Rose who's like, that's kind of the stuff you're already...
She's got the clout.
Anyway.
She's got the clout already.
But you're already posting them kind of pictures anyway. You're already posting the bra and panty picture. So it's not like it's anything they ain't seen already. And I've walked into this relationship, and that was what the game was from day dot. If my girlfriend then came to me and said, oh yeah, if I just get like, show me like bra and underwear, we'll make a bit of money. I'm like, nah, fuck that, because that's not... That's not like, it's not it's something you usually do. It's just, this is something you're trying to do now to make money. I'm not feeling it. And like,
what about the other side then? So, because I've got a screenshot here. So, do you guys know Snoochie Shy, the DJ, a radio presenter?
Yeah, I think so. Did she do? Yeah, was she in that Big Shaq video? Is she in that Big Shaq video with the? She got pink hair. She used to have pink hair.
I think so,
On Capital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she put a screenshot up here. She received an email on Monday the 20th of July. Yeah, she received an email saying, subject, Snoochie Shy, feet pics query. Dear management, I'm writing to you in query whether Snoochie would sell feet pics. Payment would be made via PayPal/Cash App, although other alternatives are available upon request. And she screenshotted it and put, lol, laugh my effing arse off. I'm saying, so that's the other side of it. You've got people like Ruby Rose who are doing bra and panty and that. And then you got the other side of people that are willing just to see just toes. And that is it.
I don't know why we keep acting like that's all right, man. Like,
it's not. It's
I get people with. I understand people have feet fetishes and stuff. I get it. Sometimes, like, for me, like, my girlfriend's feet are sexy because she's small and she's dainty and she's pretty. So for me, I understand why people can find feet sexy. Basically, is what I'm saying. However, that does not mean that because it's not like a mad, like, sexualized part of the body, that it should be being sent out there for people to
it should be sexualized anyway.
Yeah, don't sexualize it.
Well, it is a sexualized thing, isn't it? Because of fetish. So
it's mad sexualized, and it's mad sexualized as well. We keep acting like it's not really, but actually,
but is that okay?
There's categories of shit for that, bro.
I don't think that's okay. I think like your friend Emma said about the whole legs thing. And I think one thing about the OnlyFans thing, it does kind of get into mentality of entitlement. Like, if I'm paying for it, then I deserve to see it, kind of thing. Like, and sexualizing feet. Like, I don't know. I just feel like we shouldn't be getting comfortable with that, even though it's been such a thing for years, and it's like used as categories and whatnot. But I don't know, man. It's just a bit weird, isn't it? Like, I don't know, bro.
I just think, would any of you have OnlyFans if you were single?
Me?
Nah. No. I respect myself, and I'm not saying I don't respect myself, but with what I do, not only that, and my family. Do you know what I mean? I was raised in that, like, in terms of
for my.
I don't need to do that. I've got so much to offer.
My 12-year-old cousin to be getting bullied at school, like, oh, your uncle's got OnlyFans, you know. What? My nephew and that to be no. You know
what it is?
It's just not for me.
For me, I just look at it and I think there's so many other avenues to take. before like an OnlyFans comes into my head. Like that's literally probably like plan Z. Like when I've existed all options, maybe that would be something considered. But for me, I don't. That's
but like Shaq said, it's one of them things where like it's never a judgment thing on those people. Everything we've said is about our own lives and our own experiences. Everything I've said about never is because of who I am today and the kind of the person I am today. Who knows? I could have a mad midlife crisis when I'm 35 and potentially consider it. Who knows? But if that's what you do, run it up. Run your
I haven't really got an issue with the people that obviously I know we're debating all this, but I haven't really necessarily got an issue with the people that maybe are just selling feet, just because I just think it's feet. It is what it is, isn't it? Like whatever. Yeah. And necessarily it's feet. But when it comes to this part of yourself.
What if your best friend followed you? I'm sure you guys have not best friend. You guys have probably got female friends as well. So let's say you've got a female friend that comes up to you. So maybe somebody's done a show with or whatever not, and they're like, "Oh, Shaq and Fred or Shaq, I'm starting a OnlyFans." What then? What are you saying? What's your opinion on that? You're gonna do it?
Do your thing.
On them,
it's not my business. It's not my business.
You're an adult. Do what you got to do.
You're not my girl. You're not my mum. You're not my daughter. You're not my nan. Go. And you're not my brother. You're not my dad. You're not my granddad.
Yeah.
I'm still the same to you, innit? Do what you got to do.
Go along. Do what you have to do to make money. It is what it is. But for me, if you're directly involved with me and it's something they're like, I don't want people looking at my girl or my kid or my mum in a certain way. I can't. I'm not, and I don't think I'm in the wrong for feeling that way. So like, it is as simple as. But for people that like, I ain't got no ties to in terms of like, oh yeah, we're friends, but like, you're an adult. You do what you want. If you feel like that's the only way you can make money or the best way for you to make money, go along, go about your business.
One more question. Where do we stop? Because right now it is feet pics, bra, panty, maybe some nudity or whatnot. But where do we draw the line onto this actually starts to become quite problematic and what's the word? Counterproductive. Do you know what I mean? Where do we draw that line? Because I feel like it's still good and fun now. People are making 22K and that, but I don't think it's a healthy thing per se. Do you know what I mean? But do you know what I mean? Where do we draw the line?
It just promotes them. It promotes this kind of toxic mindset that you can have whatever you want as long as you want it. Like it's not. I'm not, and because I know that there are like just based off of what people are saying. I've never been on OnlyFans, but I know that there are porn stars that have OnlyFans accounts. There are strippers that have OnlyFans accounts. And I know that some of these porn stars have sex on these OnlyFans accounts and stuff. And like this idea of if I pay this, I can see it. It can't. As long as I think there needs to be a point where we go. It's getting to a point now where people are just feeling like they can just put an account on, pay their money, and they are entitled to every part of you. And it's what happens. These are people, rich people. Harvey Weinstein is literally that. That's his mindset. If I'm paying for this, I can touch it. When
he didn't have to pay though, did he? He didn't pay. He used.
Well, no. You got to think. If I'm giving you a job, that means you're getting paid. So if I'm paying you, I can get what I want from you. This is where.
And that's problematic.
It's a very dangerous mindset, especially when we've got so many toxic males that exist in.
We have to. I don't think it helps. I know. Obviously, men and women. Obviously, we all need to be educated in that. I guess some men need to be educated more so than others because they have that. No one should ever feel entitled to someone else's body ever. But I do believe with the OnlyFans and like with porn stars, for instance, because a lot of males have invested and have paid a lot of money into it, whether it's subscribing to this porn channel or like an OnlyFans, you do feel, I watched an interview just before this, actually, we filmed this, Mia Khalifa talking about why she quit the porn industry and how she got taken advantage of and stuff like that. And she was saying how males felt entitled to her. She'll be on the street, she'll get catcalled, people will touch her, and she didn't want to go out of the house. And I just feel like it's true. A lot of sick, perverted men feel entitled. They've seen it. They're paying for it. So because they're paying for it, they now feel entitled to your body.
That's mine.
And that's where I feel like, and that's exactly what Shaq's saying. I do feel like, it's true. Where do we draw the line? But the problem is the fact, as long as these men are able to do this and pay for this, as long as it's accessible for everyone,
I swear down,
nothing's going to change.
I think we need to start locking these kind of things off. I don't want to be that flipping sports ball or old man or whatever, but I think things like OnlyFans and all the other platforms that you mentioned, Shaq, about the different fetishes, I think it's something to get locked off. I think about people that, like you said, to do with me, I think about my cousins that are young. My cousins just turned 17, 16, they're all girls. I think about my nephew, he's like 5. Like, as these lot are growing up, it's only going to get worse, and it makes me flipping scared. But I just need to lock these things off as soon as possible. Because, like you said, once that mentality becomes normality, that, oh yeah, cool, man can just pay this amount of piece to get that, and that's mine, and we start sexualizing feet, and we start sexualizing the elbows and biceps, then people will start going to the gym, seeing girls in the gym and thinking, yeah, man can touch that, man can grab that.
Yeah.
Where do we draw the line, bruv? It's a bit long, bruv, I can't lie. But
that's what
not my power on it.
No, it is what it is. I just think it's people just need to do what makes you happy, and without fear of judgment. It is what people will always have opinions on stuff, and I'm sure that everyone who has OnlyFans probably is aware of that and probably doesn't even really care of our opinion of it, because they're doing it and they're making their coin. So, like, you know, respect to them to those who have the confidence to do that. Like, that's all. And like, for me personally, I couldn't do it, but I understand that people's situations sometimes are just completely different as well.
I understand why people do it. I get more so why some people are doing it now with the position we're in. And I'm not condoning it. I'm not saying I'm with that, but I get why more and more people maybe have done it now.
You don't have to agree to something to understand it and respect it.
There we go. Yeah,
I mean, so that's how I feel about it. And if you don't like the fact that I'm not for my girlfriend or my partner or even myself having an OnlyFans whilst I'm in a relationship, then that's fine. That's just how I'm going to be. We'll never be together, so it don't matter.
Yeah. I think like we used to Fred about being in lockdown as well. I'm pretty sure everyone's kind of digital consumption being online during lockdown has tripled or skyrocketed in general. So something like OnlyFans in an economic situation where a lot of people aren't earning would have been a lot more tempting to a lot of people rather than this time last year. You know what I'm saying? So I fully...
100%.
Situations and context. Exactly, man. I hear it.
You think about how many graduates finish. I'm not saying it's right, but you know, I can see why some people do it. You know what I mean? Some people don't necessarily think they're smart or good enough for anything else, and they think, oh, I've got a good pair of tits, or I've got all this and that. I mean, I've got a 6-pack. Do you know what? Let me put it out there. I'm not saying it's right, but I can see why certain people fall to that. If you can make, like you said, what someone doesn't even earn, if you can make what someone earns in a year within like an upload, within a day or
24 hours.
Listen, within 24 hours, what she did, I know she's got clout already. By doing a pic and she photoshopped it like as well, like made it look like she was naked in it, and then bare people just flocked and did it. That Ruby Rose, like, it's mad. So
that's another thing. Yeah, more fool those guys that pay for that picture. More fool you, because from what I know of it, she took a picture from the gram, like you said, put that little flower emoji on it, so she was naked in it. So this means that these people are paying for a preview until they see the actual thing, right?
Yeah.
Which for me is even crazier. It's not even like you're seeing the product and like, yeah, I'm paying for that. It's like, okay, cool. Seeing the preview. She could have had shorts on. She could have had a bralette, anything on. And they just said, yeah, pay for it regardless, because she's probably gonna be naked, and she fully wasn't.
There is a lot of men out there, and I guess a lot of the women that necessarily do OnlyFans feel like it's their body, they can do what they want with it. Yeah, they can, and do you know what I mean? They're more in control of the situation by them doing OnlyFans in the comfort of their own house. Yeah, and I understand that, but it's too accessible. And I don't feel like it helped these men. Yeah, control. They need to help. They shouldn't have these thoughts. But the fact of the matter is, men have these thoughts.
Sounds annoying, bro.
Yeah, I think it's sad. It's quite scary where we're going.
Do you know what one thing I really wonder about with that as well is the safety of these people. Like, are they actually safe?
That's important.
Because when you think about it, the people like Ruby Rose, whatever, I literally don't know her name. Was it Ruby Rose?
Yeah.
The fact that she has clout and she has an OnlyFans, that means it's more likely that they found her on Instagram before they found her OnlyFans, isn't it? So they would have gone from Instagram to OnlyFans.
Yeah.
For me, I'm like, how safe is this girl from a guy DMing her, sending her pictures of him, to man could just find where you are at any point because it's social media. So I'm just like, I'd love to know what their safeguarding rules are for OnlyFans.
Yeah.
It's one thing I'd like to
Right.
really like learn about. Just like, are these people actually being protected, or are they just being left to themselves and just like whatever happens?
I can only assume with the amount of freedom in terms of what they actual post, in terms of what these people are actually posting, that the safeguarding can only do so much. Because if you have so much freedom to post from feet to full on nudity, do you know how wide scale that is? That means that they made the amount of safeguarding they have cannot be that vast because you have so much freedom to do anything from feet to full on nudity. So, but like you said, it'll be interesting to find out. Please, if anyone's watching and they know anyone or they have more information about it, it'll be an interesting topic to discuss again. And we actually wanted to have a guest on this episode, but we just couldn't find someone that fitted the brief to talk about this properly. So if potentially you don't know anyone that
so obviously like with the breakdown, we're obviously looking for like a BAME performer.
This guy.
It's the hip thing. I mean, I'm sure most people would be used to that by now anyway. That's all the people that get employed now anyway. It's just BAMEs, isn't it? So we'll just carry on with the same rule.
You're such an instigator, bruv.
He is. He's like stirring a pot.
No, everyone's welcome. We just want to learn.
What about the same sex versions of that? So I'm not too clued up about it, but I know that there's similar platforms for gay couples and for like lesbian couples, for example. What do we think applies for that then?
Well, my girl told me about a couple of friends. She has like they're a couple, and they literally they have I don't know what goes on in the OnlyFans, but they have a shared OnlyFans account that they're making money off of. Like that, I think. It's a gay relationship, I think.
Yeah, cool.
But yeah, I just think that for me, that is a conversation I'm probably more willing to have a conversation about. Not saying that I'd ever do it, but I'd rather have a conversation of, shall we do this thing, as opposed to, I want to do this thing. Like, if it was us, I'd definitely still say no. But at least I'm not thinking about like the idea of you being on your own. Do you know what I mean? Like you doing this thing by yourself and all these people seeing that. So like, I get like if you're that kind of couple who are open with that kind of like to do that kind of thing, like that kind of it's kind of exhibition-y, that kind of we'll do it out in the open, and like it's not out in the open, but it's public, it's publicized, so everyone can see it. So I get if you're willing to do that kind of thing, more power to you. Carry on. Like it's not. I don't think doing something like that would ever necessarily cause an issue within the relationship, as much as I think for me, my partner doing that and I'm just having to carry on, that I think would cause a lot of issues within my relationship, because I know that I'm probably not secure enough to ever ever be okay with someone doing something like that and me sticking around. I think I would just have to bounce, because I'm never gonna tell them you can't do it, because it's not my place to say. Everyone is adults. Do you know what I mean? Like when you think about it, the person that you've met and you're in a relationship did not know you until you met. So like you're fully functioning at our age is now, like we're in our 20s. From then, really there ain't no changes for me to take unless I decide to make the change myself. So like, if it's, do you know what I mean? If you can't change people. So if that's the situation for them and they want to do that, then it is what it is. I'm bouncing.
I always like to know if it's sustainable. That's what I would like. Obviously, it's all good when and good now. People are jumping on the bandwagon, doing it, making a lot of money. But
I hear what you're saying. You mean in terms of once you've done all the batty breasts and feet and that, you've done it maybe 10 times, and your actual fans have seen that enough times. Will they continue to pay it, or will you lose subscribers? Will you start?
Yeah, like what happens when it dries up? Because there's going to be the next person. Obviously, I know some people have loads of accounts, but I'm just thinking, if you're not at the top tier of your game, is it sustainable? Like, if you're not making, and you've got your stuff out on the internet, then it's never going to come off. I don't know how it works. I know OnlyFans you're in control, I guess, but someone can easily get another camera and film, I guess. Can they not?
Didn't OnlyFans completely get leaked the other day? A few months ago. The whole thing got hacked and leaked, so it's not safe.
The whole thing.
But in terms of sustainability, just look at it in the sense of like all these Instagram models still have the same followers, still get the same likes,
influencers and stuff, innit?
do you know what I mean? So it's not that they're seeing anything new. It's just that it's in a different t-shirt or it's in a different dress. Do you know what I mean? Like, so
background.
I think it doesn't matter. Like, do you know what I mean? Like when you're growing up and like as a kid, you see things like I'm not really trying to draw myself out because I know like people watch this, but like as a kid, but like, you know, like Babe Station as a child, not a child, but like a teenager growing up, like Babe Station, you would probably watch that a few times. You probably see the same person, but you're not going to go, oh, this is shit now because I've seen whatever her name will be 6 times already. It don't make a difference. Like I think as a guy or as a girl, like if you're attracted to something, you're attracted to it. So I guess I think it is definitely sustainable as long as you. It's just like anything with social media. If you're constant and you're consistent, you're always it will be sustainable.
Stay updated.
Yeah, what I'm saying is obviously you do it for a amount of time. Obviously, maybe some people do it for a short amount of time, collect their coins, buy the house, buy the car, live a certain lifestyle. But what I'm saying, obviously, the older you get, you might get tired of it. But then have you now destroyed yourself in terms of getting a job and stuff in the near future? Where does
the funny thing is, the way the society is set up here, you could probably do an OnlyFans for a good 5 years, get your house, get your people them sorted, get everybody out of debt, and you probably still go on to get a proper job and be an accountant and whatever not, because it's just one of them things where it's literally just another profession, bro. That's all it is. It's set cells, isn't it? So
and you got to look at it you have to look at it in a position of like, right, if I've made money in 5 years enough for me to buy a house, that means that you've had a big success. If you're on social media, that basically makes you a social media influencer. You can now use that platform that you've used from OnlyFans to get endorsement deals from other things. It's like, if you look at like, there are loads of Instagram models that are like bikini models, and that's literally all they do. But they're also selling like one of them diet drinks that you drink and it make you slim out quicker, them Slim Bunny things and all that stuff like that. Honestly, I'm not cussing it because I think every hustle is sick. Make money wherever you can. But does what I mean? So I'm just saying, in terms of sustainability, even if that dries up, by the time you're in that position of you've got the house and you've got the car, you've probably got about 5 or 6 other different avenues anyway. So
I get back to what Fred was saying about the individual circumstance. If that's part of your 10-year plan, like, cool, I'm gonna do this for 5 years, get myself out of debt, get my family out of debt, get my kid into a good school, get a car, get a house, and then on build my own business and then get endorsements, then I cannot sit here and cuss you. I cannot. If that's part of your plan, then
if you have got a plan with it, cool. I just think if you're just doing it recklessly, you're not even thinking about, then that's when I think there's an issue there. But I think if you're in the right state of mind, cool, and like you said, you've got your plan. I know that, like you said, you know, some porn stars, you see them, they do it for a certain amount of years, they collect their coin, boom, they own the house, and then boom, they're gone into whatever next. And like you said, you've got your brand in it. Like, you know, that me, even though she didn't make a lot in porn, she's gone now. She's still got.
Do you hear about that?
Is it 2
she
million?
She made a couple she made a shocking amount.
Did she make peanuts or something like
peanuts,
$2,000 or something, bruv? She was like 2K or something stupid, bruv.
It was peanuts.
Wow.
She was in the industry for over 10 years, I think. So she was in the industry for time.
She was she the biggest porn star like since porn was created in the
What made her blow up? What made her blow up? Because I was watching a thing. What made her blow up is when she did the one with her in a turban. That's what she did.
What did she do?
She did, not a turban. Sorry, what do you call it?
Oh, a burqa.
Burqa. Yeah, she did in a burqa. Yeah, and then she got death threats from ISIS. Yeah, a porn video, innit? And then she told her director, she was like, "Listen, you're gonna get me in trouble." You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? They laughed it off, and then she did the video because she said how she was on 400 and something. She said she only had a couple thousand followers. She said from within like I think a week, she got to 2 million followers, something like that. Because of that video, it blew up. She got death threats from ISIS. People were obviously abusing her. She got banned from like Syria, all these certain places. She was like, "Well, I'm Catholic, like I'm not Muslim, whatever." Anyway, but she's got a brand now. She stopped porn. She didn't do porn for that long, actually. She only did a couple of videos, she said, and she she didn't do porn for that long. And but she's a brand now. She's doing loads of different talk shows. She's done little jobs as well. Jobs here and there.
Have you not seen her flipping? She's got a flipping video with Robbie for Arsenal.
Yeah, from
have you not seen that?
Yeah, I saw that.
That is so funny. I was scrolling through Arsenal Fan TV. Bearing in mind, Arsenal Fan TV is Arsenal Fan TV. It's about Arsenal and football. I've seen Bobby and Mia Khalifa talk about slang words. I said, what on earth is this, bro? What is she doing here, bro? Oh my days. But yeah, man.
It's mad. Like, so that's what I'm saying. She's a brand. She's embraced it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think you can look at Mia Khalifa. I think anyone who's ever worked as a sex worker in any sense, I guess more towards the lines of media, you can look at Mia Khalifa as someone who got out of it and has actually made a lot more money since. More money than she ever made from the industry. So I think that's, I don't know, maybe some people's plan is to go like do their OnlyFans, get their clout, and then use that as a jumping ship to something else.
As a push-off platform. Yeah.
If you're a single person, in my head, that is hustling. That's a smart move. That's smart business moves. Me, I couldn't do it because because I have other avenues that are accessible to me because I'm an actor. So for me, when I think about shit, I ain't got money, what happens in my head? I can make some more music. I can release some music that will hopefully get me a few P's. I can make a podcast with my friends. Hopefully that will more, not so much financially for the podcast. This was more something that I just really enjoyed and wanted to
creatively
do. But like, if it blows, then money comes that way. Even if none of that works, I could be an Amazon driver. I could do Uber Eats driving. I could be a Deliveroo driver. I could do deliveries for Sainsbury's, bro. That's where my head goes. But like, I don't know. Like, I think, as you said, Fred, people are, especially our generation of people, they just want instant
gratification, bro. Instant gratification is the worst thing.
Quick money. That's it. Quick money and the likes on Instagram.
Exactly, because they're used to getting the quick likes and the quick follows and the quick picture, quick post done now. Remember when 3G was super fast? Remember when 3G was pacey and then 4G came along and suddenly 3G is so slow? That's our mindset, doing that to us. Like, oh shit, that's not fast enough anymore. It's not good enough. Now you can't have a phone with 3G anymore. You need to get a 4G phone ASAP. And if you ain't doing it, if your parents won't do it, they're shit and you hate them.
We've gone so far now, so I don't know what the next craze is going to be because we've got OnlyFans. What next? Like, that's why I said, where does the line stop? Where do we draw the line? Because I was speaking to some friends, for example, about Love Island, innit? And I was like, would you ever, just in conversation, like, would you ever do Love Island, innit? And people said no, people said yes. But I remember when my boy said, yeah, absolutely, because it's similar to OnlyFans. It's that kind of push-off platform. You're going to get that blue tick within a flipping week, bro. Do you know what I mean? And then from then on, like you said, it's the endorsements, it's the P's, it's your name, it's your brand. And then from then on, you are like Mia Khalifa, you are free to do whatever the flip you want. And okay, cool. You know what? That stigma may stay with you, but that's up to you whether or not you want to kind of keep that on your mind and that you can continue to make other businesses and other stuff work, innit? So,
you're right. It only offends you as long as you allow it to offend you. So you're
exactly.
Right.
If you're single and that's your hustle, then big up you, man.
Yeah, I just think, like, for me, like I think I said the other day, like I must have seen someone on Twitter just like, I can't remember what they said, but they were basically kind of like, you know, when you drop your CV and you go, why have I not got a blue tick yet?
Oh, who did that?
I can't say who it is. They might see this, but they dropped their whole CV basically. I did this, and I've still not verified what's going on. And for me, when you look at stuff like Love Island and you look at that from a standpoint of, that's an instant blue, like each to their own, I'm sure that a lot of people, the values of a blue tick is a lot more than, for me, I remember at one point in my life, all I wanted was to be like popular and famous and because I never really felt that I was like that. And like I think growing up I kind of felt like I wasn't as like, I was never like the coolest person, I was never like the most interesting person, I was never the best looking, So I think when I was a lot younger, like early teens, like 12, 13, 14, 15, probably into about 16, to be fair, probably till I started drama school, I was just in my head of like, I'd be sick to get a blue tick. I really want a blue tick. But when I get to that age now, and I go, do you know what? We're looking at this now. I tweeted it out as well. I said, like, we're looking at this thing where a blue tick, literally, there's a social class in social media right now, which I didn't think that's what it was about. But when you look at it, really, it's all about the only
100%.
people that matter are the ones with the blue ticks. And if you ain't got a blue tick, you're not really 30 yet. You ain't gonna get like these little things. Like if you don't get 10K followers on Instagram, you can't put a link to your. You can't do a swipe up link. So
that's ridiculous.
It's as simple as if you get 10,000 followers, you can become monetized on Instagram. You can do paid partnerships. You can do pretty much anything. But what is the issue with people not? Why should people be able to do that from the day dot of Instagram? I understand like certain paid partnerships you're not going to get unless you have followers, but people should be able to go, oh, I've made this song, or oh, this is my project I've been working on. Swipe up to book this, or swipe up to watch this video. Why can't people should be able to do that from the beginning? But they won't let you because they want you to grow in followers and become bigger, so other people will join into this thing, and it becomes a big old network of where tear. But really, it's just a blue tick. It doesn't mean anything.
Class system, isn't it?
The blue tick. The blue tick is never gonna stop me from being who I am, the person who will call out bullshit from the beginning. I will, if someone's saying something that I don't agree with, I'm gonna speak up about it. Don't think that me with a blue tick makes anything I say more valid, because it doesn't. It's a world of punters who just look at these people with blue ticks and think they're literally.
That's what it's like in our field, though.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Based on followers.
If you get a blue tick, if you're not verified on Monday, and your blue tick lands on Tuesday, you are no different. That is it. You are no different. And I think a similar thing to you, bro, about wanting the blue tick because of, you're popular. You then become that guy. People's names in your mouth, and you get to walk into doors you may not be able to walk into before. You might get let into places you may not be let into before. You might be looked at a type of way, and that's something that is desirable to everyone at one point in their life. I fully get that. And the only thing at the moment, as like you said, looking back on it now at 24, the only thing I would say about the blue tick is that it does allow you to open conversation and get into doors that you would not be able to wouldn't be able to get into. Sorry, if you did not have blue tick. However, those doors are still accessible via other avenues. For example, working hard, networking within yourself, and promoting your own stuff and all that kind of thing. I just feel like there's a good side of the blue tick, like in everything in life. There's a good side of the blue tick, and there's a side of the blue tick that makes you feel like you're better than someone else. And that's what
my point is, the argument Twitter have for verification is that they need to know that you're real. Basically, that's all the verified tick means, is that you're actually this person talking off of this account. So they need a website, an access, like they need proof of a website that you have. I think it's because when I was younger, I've definitely applied for it. I know I have as a kid. You need, I think that pretty much all you need is a website that links to show it's legit you. When really, it's just to take a picture of your ID and prove you're a real person. Really, surely. And that should be enough to get a blue tick. Because if I have my ID, then it's definitely me. Because verified means it's actually them. Not that they're more popular than you, but it's been translated to become that, because the only people who get blue ticks are the ones that you see on TV, or the people that when, say, you could literally make someone a fake account on Instagram and say that you're them. So, like, how's this verification really working? It's about clout. Who's got the most clout today? We can have a blue tick because he's got his clout. There are people with.
If you're going to say about clout, then how come, for example, someone who, let's say someone like Jedward, Jedward from back in the day on X Factor, I don't even think social media was around when they were on X Factor. It was that long ago. But regardless, if I look them up now, let's see if I can find them out. If I look them up now, they're probably verified, Well, I wouldn't say they've got any clout right about now. I would say they're quite dry.
Because everyone knows who Jedward is.
Yeah, but
everyone knows who they are.
Once you've got the tick, you've got the tick.
Once you've had your peak and then you begin to plateau, why don't they take away the tick? Like you said about if it's clout, if it's just about clout and where you are up in social media and that. If you're no longer on social media, like I don't know, but I don't think Jedward or jack shit. Yeah, literally they've got a blue tick. I can see it right here. So
how many followers do they have though?
They have got
like 20 something K.
129K, bro.
Yeah, that for me, that's enough for them to keep a blue tick. If it's about clout as well, they're bare popular as well. Like, you got to remember, once you are on these kind of shows like X Factor and stuff, like, even though like our friend Nathan, when he's when we went on tour, people were literally coming out just to see him. And
Right.
he did X Factor, and he's not like he's affiliated with it like that much ever since. He just he's done his own thing musically, but he's still got them fans. So I just think if we're talking about verifying people, we should actually verify people. If you're a real person, then you should have a blue tick. It shouldn't make you stand out because you're popular. It should make you stand out because you're a certified person and what you have to say is real. What is happening is that we're getting a lot of people who are getting their followers, getting their blue ticks and thinking that they can say what they want to anybody. There are a lot of, particularly in our industry, I don't know if it's weird to say, particularly in our industry, because it's all we see on social media is the musical theatre industry. But I just think that like the mindset and the ego of a musical theatre actor can easily be so inflated for no reason.
That's how it started, isn't it? Because you saw someone tweet.
Our egos get so inflated that we forget that like a world exists around us, and there are certain actors that like I've had to mute purely based off their hypocrisy, the fact that they will attack people for attacking other people. Like, I think there's always a way of communicating that doesn't mean that it's always a war. The same person that I'm thinking of in my mind will literally, so my friend, my good friend, who's a year below me at GSA, made a comment about people, he said that actors should have a vague knowledge of
your friend.
Music theory,
sheet music, that blew up.
And that blew up.
I was like,
why is it? Basically, he worded it pretty like kind of like bluntly, but he was kind of saying like, if you have a brief understanding of the music theory that you're being asked to rehearse, it would help in the rehearsal room, and it is kind of part of your. It said it's kind of part of your job when it's not. It's not part of your job to be good at music theory, but it would be really helpful. It'd be really helpful for MDs if they didn't have to worry about that first part.
Like a vague knowledge of it.
And so people kicked off, and I remember one person in particular running her mouth and just saying loads of stuff, throwing about white privilege and all this shit when you don't know him. The fact that you have
I'm gonna say it. She was one of them.
Yeah. This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
She was
wait, is this the person that replied?
Yeah,
she among other people replied.
Yeah, and she's saying you have an elitist mentality, you're privileged, and then I was thinking, I was like, first off, so I know you come from a privileged background yourself. You don't know this person, and you're gonna paint him a certain way, and all your little fans who are gonna see you and see Miss with a blue tick, with all the followers she has, they're gonna look at the way she's talking to this guy and go, that's exactly how he is as a person. And you don't understand how much that can, one, affect someone's mental health, two, affect his entire career based off of one thing that he said. He's not like he's famous. He just said it on Twitter. So you're thinking, oh, my friends will see that. And your friends kind of probably have a similar mindset to you. But what you've done there is alienate and victimize and scapegoat him so much that it could have seriously affected his mental health. But you're the one sprouting. But then the next day, she's sprouting every day. She's sprouting about when people come for her for being bigger boned or being curvy. So that's where my annoyance comes from. My annoyance comes from how much she can be on Twitter feeling like spewing this victim chat and how she's attacked, which is completely fair, because I do think people are horrible to her on Twitter for no reason. But then don't go, and those who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Because as soon as you're ready to, you can just run a man for saying something that you didn't like the sound of because it offended you. I can't read sheet music. It didn't offend me.
Yeah, I can't read sheet music.
I was like,
I've got an ear. I've got an ear for music.
I think that the kind of what it boils down to is actually not that deep. All the brother said was that
not, bruv.
All the brother said that it would be. I don't know how he worded it, but actors should be able to read sheet music in a rehearsal room, or it can help you in a rehearsal room. But whether or not it offends you or not, this is what I mean. People are, but Chucky. This is why I love Chucky, bruv. Chucky always says one thing on Halfcast. Yeah, he always says, "Don't take anything personally, both positive and negative. you know what I mean? When people say something about you that they like because they like you in that moment, don't ever take anything too personally in it. Do you know what I mean? So now, my man said about music theory and that being an actor, saying that actors should be able to do that. For whatever reason, she's taken that personally. That doesn't necessarily mean that one person, like you said, she don't know him. He's not atting you. He's never once atted you or literally atted. Why don't you know sheet music? Bro, it's really not that deep,
Exactly,
bro.
bruv.
Twitter's a place for everyone to say whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, it's the thing with Twitter. Yeah,
and
one of the things you.
Yeah, I got into it with her on Twitter as well because I just said like, why?
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know. I didn't know you, man. Then I didn't know you. This was like ages ago. This was last year.
Yeah.
Last year. I remember being on tour.
End of last year.
I think it might have been was it end of last year?
It was end of last year. Yeah.
Bro,
I was here on break.
Were you on tour then still when it happened? Were you on tour?
We were on Christmas break at the time. Like
so I remember both
Christmas break, but we
still
were
being on tour, and I remember seeing it. And it came up in the changing room. I remember seeing it. I remember it was a massive thing.
Oh, is it?
Like like a big debate in the changing room. But so many. The thing with Twitter is if you everyone's got an opinion in it. Like, obviously, no one's right, no one's wrong. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, unless you start saying hateful things or whatever. Obviously, what he wasn't the best. Obviously, maybe it was maybe she thought it was like a personal attack on her. Not that to say that maybe she can't read she read it that way. And do you know what I mean? I don't know what I'm saying, but like obviously everyone playing devil's advocate, everyone reads things differently. I don't think obviously having your clout,
it's the kind of thing
having your followers that you do. I don't think she should have gone in on the boy like that. Like, do you know what I mean? Education is key.
The way I saw it was when I saw the tweet. This is how it literally went for me. I see the tweet. Yeah, it's been deleted now. I see the tweet and I just go, oh, I don't agree. Just carry on scrolling. Later in the day, my housemate Jake comes up to me and he goes, "Oh, Shaq, have you seen my man's post? It's gone mad." Obviously, you don't speak like that, but I don't really want to say his name because I don't want people to come for him again or whatever the fuck they might want to do on Twitter. So you see, my man just posted the thing. It's gone off. He got casting directors. All these people are coming for him, and I was like, "Bro, what over what? Over him making an opinion?" So I must have gone on it after a while, and I was seeing that like a lot of like my teachers and stuff have made their own opinions about it. Not like just kind of like this is stupid. Why are people going off? And I've said something about, and then she's seen that I've said that I think she's a bit of a hypocrite basically, and she was like decided that she could now try and argue me. I'm argue king, bruv. You can't argue with me. The only person who can out-argue me is my mum, my sister, and my girlfriend, bruv. The only two people ever been able to out-argue me in my life. My mum, my sister, and my girlfriend. You can't out-argue me, bruv. I've got lyrics for days. So I said to her, I said to her, you've had an amazing career and you can't read sheet music. So why does this guy's opinion matter to you? She goes, that's the thing, Shaq. It shouldn't. And I went, well, then why are we having this conversation? Because really, it don't matter. I saw it. I can't read sheet music. Kind of agree that it would help me in my career if I learnt it. But at the same time, don't care because I'm working.
It hasn't affected me.
So
it hasn't affected
you know, by that point,
affected anyone I've met who... It doesn't. It hasn't affected any person that I've met who can't read sheet music in their career. It's just a little thing that like might help, might not help. Who gives a fuck? It's an opinion. Why are you going there with your big how many followers and your big blue tick to fight him in an argument? Just scroll past it. Just scroll past it. And the fact that the reason she would have seen it was because it got so many fucking likes. So clearly there's a market of people that agree with him. So it's just an opinion.
And the thing is,
do you know what with Twitter though? Like, going back to Twitter though. So, sorry, Michael, I'll let you.
That's good. The thing is, even when you're at drama school, bro, teachers will tell you need to have music theory basic. But what he tweeted isn't something controversial. What he tweeted isn't something new. People have been saying this. So why is it now that he's become a victim? I don't remember.
It was the way in which he said it. I think
it was the way he worded it because obviously we can't just say there was bare people that went in.
Yeah, there was bare people.
He was obviously just one like one.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm
only saying because I spoke to her.
Yeah, exactly. There was a lot of people.
I don't remember seeing this on my actual timeline. This is the first I'm hearing of this situation, so I'm not too sure about details in that. But even still, maybe because I think especially online, the way you word things has got to be so flippant.
Have to be careful
because things can be misconstrued all the time. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know how
It's just a simple.
I was saying.
No, yeah, sorry, I was.
I was saying what so as we were doing the chat here, guys, my friend obviously messaged me. Obviously, some guy did this actor. I don't know whether you guys know. He's been on EastEnders. Aaron Sidwell. He just made a tweet.
What does he look like? I'm gonna have a look.
He made a tweet today at like about 11:59 saying the problem with actors presenting podcasts is they're not listening to the person they're interviewing. They're just waiting for the next chance to talk about themselves. So I had to go in when I'm talking to you guys now. I had to message you. This is what I mean. That's just Twitter. Obviously, I could have ignored that, but certain things you just can't ignore on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I had to do that because I feel like there's a personal attack on me, even though because we're doing a podcast, and that's what I'm trying to say, playing devil's advocate with. Obviously, with her big clout.
So you're saying she's seeing something that's maybe triggered her to actually respond.
There we go.
Yeah,
that's what I think. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, I understand she maybe shouldn't have gone in on him the way she did, but I've just seen this tweet and I'm thinking, we're doing a podcast now. I feel like you're generalizing everyone.
You should have sent him our link, bruv. I'll be like, yo, listen to this, bruv. Change your mind real quick, bruv. I would have sent him. Where's the tweet? I'll send him the link. Where's the tweet? Oh, here we go. The problem with actors presenting podcasts is they're not listening to the person interviewing. They're just waiting for their next chance to talk about themselves. Where's our link, blood?
So I just had to tweet, and that's what I think it is with Twitter. Twitter is one of them things. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but like you said, you have to be very careful with what you tweet. He just tweeted. I don't think he didn't. I always, if I want to tweet something controversial, I always send it to my friend, get them to read it over, get an opinion, then tweet it. Because when I'm angry and I'm typing, I type how I talk, and it doesn't make sense, and also people can read it the wrong way. So that's
I think he acknowledged at the time, like, I've worded it kind of badly. I kind of just spoke freely because I didn't expect it to get the kind of numbers that it got. And it was like, I just also wanted to point out that if I was a different person, you could have actually a lot of you people could have really seriously affected my mental health. So like, obviously a lot of people on social media, this is him, he said this, a lot of people on social media will sprout about mental health and being aware of people with mental health and taking care of people and not affecting their mental health, and then go and run their mouth. He's like, but obviously I'm deleting it. I'm sorry for anyone I've offended. I don't want to cause any more issues. I just want everyone to just be chill and just let's move on past this. The first response, but actually mental health goes both ways. At that point, even if you didn't you looked at the tweet and you said, you took the bait and you responded. He's now apologized. He's now also said that, like, we have to be aware this is social media, so sometimes
I can't hear you, man.
Can you hear me?
I can hear him. I can't hear you. Yeah, your AirPods dead. Are they dead? I can hear.
You guys hear me?
Yeah. Okay, you're fine.
I can't hear you, man.
Why?
Check your audio. Check your speaker. What speaker is it coming through? If you press the up arrow.
I don't know if you
It's back now.
Absolutely, man. Check out these actors. All you do is chat about themselves. Are you back now?
Yeah. It just went. My AirPods just decided to die on me.
I was just. I just think it's a matter of you've seen the guy apologize now. He's saying, I just want to move on from it, to be honest. I'm really sorry for anyone I offended. I didn't mean to offend anyone. He's kind of said, like, there are a lot of people who are a bit hypocritical in the way that they've dealt with my situation. And when they're getting dealt with, they want to talk about mental health and stuff. And like, remember, if it was anyone else, it could have been someone who was a bit more insecure about themselves and a bit. So like, you don't know what you can do to someone, so just be careful when you're typing. And she had the audacity to keep arguing. That for me is a moment of my ego is too big for me to let it just be. Because for me, from the dot, if I saw it, I didn't care. Oh, so it's an opinion. And the way he's written it, I didn't really know what energy he had behind it. But I was like, don't think it's true. Don't think you're right.
Bro.
Whatever. I was like, I don't need to prove to you that you're wrong because I'm here. I'm working. So like, there's no like, there's no
I honestly wish,
found proof behind it. But I just think people need to. I think people need to just hold their tongues a bit more on social media. I think you're right. People need to think through what they're saying because, like, even look at Kanye West, who said the madness about Harriet Tubman, which actually wasn't about Harriet Tubman. But look at how social
He's
media is
bipolar, you know what I mean? He's
funny.
struggling with mental health, innit?
Obviously he's struggling. It's a different story, but you know, like the point he was making wasn't the fact that he wasn't saying that Harriet Tubman wasn't Uncle Tom or that she was working for the white people. He was just making the fact that slavery is. It's not that slavery is still going on today. It's just that it's just been but they're enslaving us in a different way now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're free and yeah, we're getting paid, but we're never at the top. We're not the people at the top. We're not the boards members. We're not the chairs. We're not the. So it's not really freedom. Freedom is financial freedom and freedom to do whatever you want and be a leader of these things. And I just feel like he worded it so mad and left that everyone forgot the point that he was actually making. Yeah. And I just think, like, first off, I think everyone needs to pray for Kanye because I just feel like he's going through something right now that he's been going through it for a long time.
I used to laugh at it. I used to laugh at Kanye without the cash, just mad, just chatting bare wax and that. But like you said, I do think it's a serious situation here because mental health isn't really a joke. I only found out recently that he's actually bipolar and stuff. So I'm now at a point like, you know what? I think Twitter needs to allow it, but it's not every day make fun of somebody. If it's not Will Smith, if it's not Kanye West, if it's not Wiley, like it's not every day make fun of people. Sometimes look at Kanye and be like, okay, cool, this brother needs some sort of help. But I think take his phone off him and let him stop. You know what I mean? Stop putting him on his social. If you're his management or his team or his entourage you got around him, stop using this as a flipping opportunity to make him a bit more in the media and that. Use it as an opportunity to give the guy some hope, man. Because
that's what someone said. Yeah, Joey Badass. Joey Badass was like, it's very clear to see that he has not got any real friends around him.
Mate, bruv. They'll take him away from that, bruv. Wow, you see your boy.
Exactly.
I sent it to you on Snapchat. I opened my Snap thingies and the first thing I saw was like a Daily Mail or Washington Post of my man bawling his eyes out. And that shouldn't really be a comical thing, in my opinion. No. I mean, if you see someone bawling their eyes out at a presidential campaign, everyone should stop and be like, hang on, what's wrong with my man? Is everything okay? People go, look at Kanye.
Kanye crying.
Touch wood, yeah. If my man tops himself next week, bro, everyone's gonna be feeling a type of way. Do you know what I mean?
Everyone's
I do think he does need. My man's touch. Look at God forbid Caroline, the whole Caroline flat situation. Everyone's saying, "Well, top yourself." Everyone's feeling
bad.
So I feel like we've got to be really careful. And I also think I wish that I could be that person that comes away from Twitter and logs off on that. But unfortunately, I'm being truthful with myself. I like Twitter a lot. I don't read the newspaper. I don't sit down and watch Sky News. So it's how I keep, it's how I keep up to date. Do you know what I mean? It's how I keep up to date with the world. Do you know what I mean? But coming with that is all the other BS as well. And I feel like I don't know how to fix it, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I just think it's the social media platform's job to do that. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not up to us to fix the problems with Twitter. Twitter should not. I think I saw something the other day. Someone said, was it Troy Deeney maybe? And he was like, Twitter should only have people who have verified their actual existence as human beings.
Their home addresses, their passport, all of that.
Don't use all these little fake accounts of like a little fucking Rick and Morty profile picture or a little Union Jack and your name is EDL Fred and you know your real name's not EDL Fred.
No, man.
I know you got that account, Fred. I didn't want to call you out like that.
This stemmed because Wilfred Zaha received racist abuse from a 12 or a 10-year-old.
12 years old.
Yeah. So obviously when Wilfred Zaha reported this account to the police, he didn't know that a 12-year-old was behind the account. He just said, yo, look, I've received racist abuse on Twitter or Insta, whatever it was. And it came out later that the account was owned by a 12-year-old. And then Troy Deeney went on to say, like Shaq said, that there should be a way of these social media platforms protecting people. I mean, you should have your full address, your ID, your picture, to know that you're a real person. None of this Union Jackie the Fred 94, bro.
It's not even like have your address on the bio. It's just like when you're applying for your thing, make sure your address is there, and then it's their information. Whatever. The tricky thing with all that stuff is that that like your data gets sold. Like from when you go on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all your information gets sold to companies so they can advertise the right things to you. You ever wondered why you talk about why you need a new frying pan and then frying pan adverts suddenly turn up onto your Instagram?
Scary.
So it's a dangerous game as well. I just feel like the whole thing needs a massive revamping. And like you say, I love Twitter. I love Twitter because it's where I like you. I get my news. It's where like I learn what's going on in the world. I don't really watch a lot of normal TV anyway. Instagram, even to be honest with Instagram, I kind of just look at stories and then and even that's just a skim through anyway. I don't really post too tough on Instagram. For me, it's like Twitter's the thing for me, like just because I like to chat shit and just voice my opinion on shit that people don't really want to hear.
I think social platforms were at their best when Instagram videos were maximum allowed 10 seconds and Twitter characters were maximum 160. That way you can't chat too much shit and you can't post too much shit. Do you know what I mean? They would have allowed it at that. We didn't start letting man have their freedom and that it all went left, bro. I swear down.
Yeah. Well, anyway, obviously, I just wanted to say, make sure that you mind your P's and Q's on Twitter. If something upsets you, you have to learn a way of moving past it and not letting it become something that blows up into something that of someone that you don't even really know. Like,
and if you do want to reply, think it through first. If you do want to,
exactly,
if it does touch you that deep, like, no, I have to reply. Like Fred said, think about what you're going to reply first.
Yeah, exactly. And like, if it's someone like me and Michael seeing it from Fred, we get it because we know Fred as a person. We know what Fred's like. So if Fred says something, we know where he's coming from. We don't have to clarify, but you have to understand. I think that's what I learned the most from the issue of my friend was that you have to really make sure that if you're making an opinion that's a diplomatic opinion, make sure that it comes off in a diplomatic way that's doesn't feel like anyone's being attacked or anything like that. So yeah, it's just safety. Take care of yourself, take care of your own mental health. Try not to let people's opinions that don't concern you get to you. And if you've got a boyfriend or a girlfriend, don't get OnlyFans.
Stir it. Rip it.
That's Serge Nabrity. One last thing before we're out of here. Obviously, we said we were going to promote a black business every episode, or try to as much as we can. The one we wanted to promote this time was Seamoss. It's our friend Simeon Beckett. He started his own company. Michael, I think have you bought from him?
I've placed an order. I'm waiting for it to drop.
Yeah.
So Seamoss sells Seamoss, which carries, I believe, 92 out of 94 vitamins and minerals. It just contains bare minerals and vitamins that the human body has naturally. So it's just topping up on that. It can go in a milkshake. It can go in a protein shake. It comes in like a gel form. You can like water it down. You can make it so digestible in any type of form. Yeah, it's banging. We'll bang a link in the description and that for you.
Proper good for you, yeah. Simeoss. So make sure you're there.
All right, people, come to the conclusion. Let's start that again. I don't know what I was going to say. Conclusion. Who am I?
Okay, guys, we've come to the conclusion of our hypothesis.
I've woke up today.
Our hypotheses. We've come to a conclusion.
All right, people, man. TBH podcast. Another funny episode, guys. Man, that's what I'm saying.
Man.
Might be signing now. You know what time it is.
Yes, man. Big. Even bigger than Big Shaq, aka Django Jr. Signing out. We're unchained. We're out here. Big up yourselves, yeah. Shout out to all the knit bags. Big up the knit bags. Yes, knit bags.
Hey, it's your boy Michael. We're out of here, man. And like I said before, people, comment below what you think, your opinions. Like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell for ting. And yeah, if you know anyone that has an OnlyFans or you have an OnlyFans and you're sitting there thinking, he's not a waste man, they don't even know what I want, then come to us up.
Come teach us.
Yeah, man, it's a safe environment, safe space, peace and love.